freedom lifestyle that entrepreneurship offers or promises really attainable? This is a juicy conversation that I want to have with you today on the Diaries of a Six-Figure Coach podcast, coming in from beautiful Buenos Aires, Argentina. I am literally doing something that I've been wanting to do forever, which is travel and work, travel and experience new things, create new memories, have a new, different kind of life, change my perspective, do new things while also serving my clients, while also scaling my business, while also showing up for the things that I love, which is my work. I love my work. I love what I do. I believe I have the best job in the world. And one thing or something that was reflected to me was a few months ago was by my coach around, do you believe that your clients really think that this freedom lifestyle and this lifestyle that you live and the pleasure and the experience is attainable for them? And it really made me think. It has made me think a lot about, is that the perception? Is that what people think, that this isn't attainable for them, that traveling and working isn't attainable for them, that having a good time and enjoying yourself while building your business isn't attainable for them? And it really got me thinking, because truthfully, I think we have an idea of what we think work should look like. We have an idea of how we believe we must show up in order to make our businesses work. And let me be really clear and really transparent and honest. I work. And there was times where I work a lot, and then there's times where I work less. And I've made a conscious effort in the last few months as I was dismantling my life and my business, and as I was simplifying things so that I would have more spaciousness in my calendar. But that doesn't mean there is still work in my day. That doesn't mean there are still things that have to get done. It's just the way I like to work needed to align with my desire of having spaciousness in my life and the freedom in my life to choose what feels good in that particular day, what allows my creativity to be free and flowing. And that to me is by not being bogged down with calls every single day. For me, that's having spaciousness in my calendar so that I can make adjustments and move things around as I want them to, so that I am able to serve my clients in different ways and from different spaces without needing to be tied at a desk. I don't need to be at a desk to do a lot of my work. I can literally be moving around, cruising around. Just the other day, I was like out and about. I was exploring Buenos Aires. I was walking around for pretty much the whole day. And every now and then I intentionally stopped and I checked in with the client messages that I had, and I responded to those messages, and then I continued on with my day. So I'm able to serve and guide and do that. And then there was days where I have calls. There was days where I am recording. There was days where I'm sitting down and I'm doing things and I'm getting them done. But I have flexibility in my day. I have flexibility in my week. And that to me gives me the feeling of freedom in the ways it's expressed outwardly and in the way I organize my week. But truthfully, I think for me, freedom also is an internal thing. Feeling free, feeling unbound, feeling complete as me, whole as I am, that has given me a sense of freedom. And there was a lot of internal work that I've done these past couple of months that I worked through to remove all sorts of resistance I've had around how much spaciousness I would get to have in my life. And then also this idea or this thought, do people really believe that having freedom, a freedom lifestyle, spaciousness in your calendar, a flowy schedule isn't attainable for them? And so part of this process of internal work was to take down the resistance I was putting up around that, or to say to myself, people won't get it. People won't understand it. They won't believe that you can scale a business, build a business, do your work, and have an incredible amount of freedom in your life, because they're so far removed from that, or they believe that they can't afford it, or they believe that it's not possible for them. So I started to work through this almost idea that by me showing the way I live, by me traveling and working, by me sharing authentically with what my life is like, that it would feel unattainable. It would feel unattainable. And I had to release that. I had to release that because truthfully, I was feeling a sense of freedom when I was still in Whistler, when I was not traveling, when I was going through my day. I was really working on removing the things I thought I was attached to, the things that I thought kept me bound. Free to feel the way I want to feel, free to think the way I want to think, free to express myself the way I want to express myself, free to be transparent about how I built my business, what I'm going through, and also sharing all the things. Freedom and a freedom lifestyle to me doesn't mean not working. I said this already. It doesn't. I love my work. And for some people, it would be a nightmare to travel and work. It would be a nightmare to be somewhere else and needing to do things. That's cool. To me, that's amazing. The fact that I get to do this work from anywhere, the fact that I get to have these cool experiences while also building my business, while also showing up for my community, it fills me up. This is my way of expressing myself. That is freedom to me. That is freedom to me, but it also started internally to really say, what does it feel like for me to be free? And it wasn't just free in the sense of being able to move freely and have experiences, but free from perception of others, freeing myself from having my emotions attached to other people's emotions, free from judgment, free from fear. So I have let go of a lot of things, but I found a sense of internal freedom that has allowed me to become really intentional with making choices and building my business and showing up for my clients and showing up in a way that has an external reflection of freedom that aligns with my internal feeling of freedom, which is really unbound. And that doesn't mean that I never work. That doesn't mean that I don't have bills to pay. That doesn't mean that I need to make responsible choices, right? Like, that doesn't mean that I free of fears, right? Or that I don't feel afraid that people might not get this, or that I might, fear that all this is too much. Isn't that crazy? So toss it and turn it how you will. What does freedom mean to you? What does a freedom lifestyle look for you? Because it's different for all of us, and it gets to be that. It's different for all of us, and it gets to be that. Freedom to me, ultimate freedom to me, is this now. It's being able to be a witness of what is happening in my life. It's being able to receive feedback or receive something that's coming in my space and decide whether I want to take that on or not. It is freedom to be in different places and have beautiful experiences while also working and doing things. That to me is freedom. I am free from constraints. I am free from obligations to be in certain spaces. I have freed myself from that. That to me is freedom. But what is it to you? What does freedom feel like to you? So to me, internally, it's spaciousness, it's love, it is contentment, it is satisfaction, it is gratitude. All these to me are feelings and emotions that I associate with freedom. And then from that, with that desire to feel true freedom, to feel this way, I make choices on how I create my business and my business model and how I show up and where I live and what I do that are aligned with those feelings. So what I do aligns with the way I want to feel, which is free. And I always bring it back to that alignment piece. And I've done the same thing with my vision. And this is how I reverse engineer goals with your vision and your business. And it's a beautiful way of doing it. So what does it mean for you to be free? Do you really believe the freedom lifestyle is attainable for you, or is it not? But if it were, what would it look like? And guess what? It might be that for you, a freedom lifestyle is spending your days with your kids and doing your work at night. A freedom lifestyle might be working every second week and taking every other second week off, right? And then how can you create a business model, and how can you create packages, and how can you show up in your business in a way that allows you to do that? That is how we're doing it. But what does that feel like first? And then what do you see that look like tangibly, and what are the actions that you can take that align with that? So with this being said, this is where I'll leave this episode. I can't wait to hear what you think about this one. I believe the freedom lifestyle is attainable for all of us as long as you dare to define what it means to you and then make choices consciously, intentionally that align with that all the time. And it doesn't mean it's always going to be butterflies and rainbows. It doesn't mean there isn't any work. It doesn't mean there isn't effort. It doesn't mean sometimes you have to show up, or sometimes it might even be hard. It doesn't mean there is no hardship. That freedom just means that we always can choose to come back to that emotion. We can always choose to realign to how we want to feel inside and create an outside and external environment that aligns with that. That is ultimate freedom to me. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this, and I can't wait to be back next week.